The deal was with Kawhi Leonard's company, KL2 Aspire, LLC, and included clauses allowing Leonard to do nothing, yet still collect payment. That's the Kawhi Leonard I know. Doing nothing and getting paid for.
Remember when the NBA swore it was clean after the Tim Donaghy scandal?
We can't find it, and his fellow refs can't find it, and as best as we can tell, law enforcement can't find it. So I accept the prevailing view.
Yeah, about that. It's happening again. Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones. 3 names, 1 scandal, and whispers that the mafia just found its way back into the league. This isn't just about bad bets. It's about rigged games, illegal poker nights, and an FBI investigation that's already got players sweating. What really happened at those late night tables? Were NBA games actually fixed? Does this go all the way to LeBron's inner circle? It started small. A few NBA names, a few private tables, and a whole lot of money that wasn't supposed to exist. According to reports, those underground poker nights were hosted by Damon Jones, the same Damon who's been tight with LeBron since their Cleveland days. 6-figure pots, unmarked cash, off-the-record dealers, guys tied to offshore betting accounts, and old-school syndicates. By mid-season, investigators say money from those poker rooms was showing up in strange betting patterns, spreads that flipped overnight. Reports claim the tables were part of a bigger operation, where game info, inside tips, and player performance bets were quietly shared with people outside the league. That's when it all crossed the line. Once the bets reached the floor, it stopped being poker and started being corruption. What came next would drag 2 NBA teams, a Hall of Fame coach, and LeBron's inner circle straight into an FBI sting. Once the poker rooms got too hot, the money started moving somewhere else, onto the court. Games where Terry Rozier's Hornets missed easy looks, or Billups' Blazers made strange late-game rotations that swung the point spread perfectly. At first, nobody thought twice. Then, Vegas started catching it. Sudden betting spikes, thousands flowing in minutes before tip-off. Guess what? Those same bets hit almost every time. Insiders claimed a consultant connected to Billups was feeding info to high rollers. Rozier's circle said to be placing bets through offshore accounts using crypto wallets. Untraceable, at least until the FBI got involved. The name that linked it all? Damon Jones. He was the go-to, the go-between, the guy connecting players, bookies, and bettors under the radar. One of the poker nights in Miami, the same night a 6-figure bet hit offshore, just happened to be the night the FBI walked in. Hey, if you've made it this far, smash that like button so more people see how deep this mess really goes. Let's blow this up before the league buries it. The FBI had been tracking the poker ring for months, tracing crypto wallets, burner phones, and coded text between players and known bookies. When agents pulled phone records, the names weren't just NBA guys. They found links to known associates of an East Coast betting syndicate. The same one that made headlines during the Tim Donaghy scandal back in 2007. Federal sources leaked that Damon Jones was questioned for hosting unlicensed poker nights tied to those same syndicates. His longtime friendship with LeBron James made this story explode overnight. Let's get this straight. LeBron's name ain't in the files. When your best friend is being accused of laundering gambling money through high-stakes poker nights, the internet doesn't wait for details. Investigators allegedly found some bets mirrored exact in-game outcomes. turnovers, timeouts, substitution patterns that lined up with games coached by Chauncey Billups and played by Rozier. This wasn't just a bad look. It was a nightmare scenario. If the FBI proved games were being influenced again, it wouldn't just ruin reputations. It could shatter the league's credibility all over again. Just when everybody thought the FBI had seen it all, they stumbled on to something worse. When the FBI raided Damon Jones' Miami property, they didn't just find poker tables and cash. They found hard drives, encrypted chats, and spreadsheets logging bets that matched real NBA box scores. Here's the wild part. Those files didn't just list the scores. They tracked referee rotations, injury reports before they were public, and even bench minutes. All stuff only insiders could know. Text hinted at guaranteed quarters, code for manipulated outcomes. No one said explicitly what those meant, but when your next text shows a $200K bet hitting perfectly after a fourth quarter rotation, it's not hard to do the math. The FBI's files suggested that one of the poker room investors had direct ties to a known East Coast mob front. The same organization that laundered gambling profits through offshore crypto casinos. That's when the term NBA mafia connection went viral overnight. When the word mafia was dropped, that's when the NBA front office went into full panic mode. They released a vague statement monitoring the situation closely. Behind the scenes, sources said multiple staffers were quietly suspended pending investigation. Everything they'd found so far was bad. What came next made Donaghy look like a rookie. The aftermath hit the league like an earthquake. Within 48 hours, the FBI's findings leaked to major outlets, and the headlines were nuclear. NBA gambling ring under federal investigation. Rozier, Billups, Jones named in FBI probe. It was the league's worst nightmare. Deja vu from the Tim Donaghy era, only this time with players and coaches at the center. Terry Rozier's reps released a statement. Completely false and defamatory. Billups called the allegations nonsense. And Damon Jones, he lawyered up and vanished into the spotlight completely. Every game after that felt tense. Every missed shot, every questionable timeout, every fourth quarter foul suddenly had conspiracy written all over it. It changes everything we know about trust in this league. The NBA has spent years battling the perception that games are scripted. Even if nobody gets charged, that stain's set in deeper than courtside sweat on a Sunday doubleheader. If you think the NBA's been hiding this stuff for years, drop a rigged in the comments. Let's see how many of us still believe in this game. Behind closed doors, Adam Silver's office is scrambling. Here's the thing. You can't silence whispers when everyone's already listening. By the time the dust settles, this might not just be a scandal. It might be a reckoning. Sources close to the investigation say more names are coming. Not just players, front office staff, trainers, even former refs. The NBA's pretending it's under control. But if those names drop, it won't be a headline, it'll be a meltdown. The worst part? The people at the center of it? Rozier, Billups, Jones haven't been charged yet. In the court of public opinion, the verdict's already in. Guilty. For decades, fans joked that the NBA was rigged. Now that joke doesn't feel so funny. So what happens next? Do the feds keep digging and take down the biggest names in basketball? Or does the league bury the story before it ever reaches global meltdown? Comment your take and hit subscribe because what's coming next might make the Donaghy scandal look like child's play. We'll see you next time.